Hey y'all. So we are going to talk about weight loss struggles today. And so this is a very interesting question. I don't know how I should word it, but when I ask people what are they struggling with, people are telling me a body part. That's what I've noticed for the past 24 hours, because this is a new question that I have been asking in my when I reply to people just to see what they're struggling with. And people have been replying back with a body part, whether it be my arms, my belly, my back. People have not been saying, I guess, mindset struggles or tools that they're struggling to get or habits that they're struggling to incorporate. So, because I feel like you're not struggling. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like you don't struggle with the body part. You're struggling with the things that help you reduce the fat in that area, because like I said, mainly is belly fat, stomach fat, or that's the same thing. Arm fat. What else has been another one? Back fat. And so those are like the body parts that you're looking at and you wish they look different. But what are you actually struggling with? What are you struggling with when it comes to your health journey? Because I don't like to say just weight loss, because I feel like weight loss is a side effect from you actually finding something that works. Like me, for instance, I lost 40 pounds, actually 41 pounds in 4 months. It's still going, but I lost 40 pounds in 4 months. And that was after about 3 to 4 years of constant yo-yo dieting, where I would lose the same 20 to 25 pounds and I would gain them right back. So the same 20 to 25 pounds I would lose, I would gain them right back. And so it wasn't until I found it, about insulin resistance, and know that was definitely a cause of everything. Insulin resistance, when you look into it in medical terms, when you look into insulin resistance as far as medical terms or talking with your doctor, insulin resistance is not a diagnosis. But when you look at insulin resistance for the cause of why you have PCOS, why you are pre-diabetic, why you had type 2 diabetes, or why you had stubborn, like you can't lose weight, and why you have that stubborn belly fat, the hormonal belly fat, that is because of insulin resistance. And so I say that insulin resistance is a diagnosis, but in medical terms is not a diagnosis, because there's no medication that a doctor can prescribe you. It says the thing is unstable. Sorry, y'all. So it's no medication that a doctor can prescribe you for insulin resistance. It is really all to do with a lifestyle change. And so that's why 9.5 out of 10 doctors you would never hear say anything about that you're insulin resistant, because they have nothing to prescribe you. So they can't give you a diagnosis, because a diagnosis is giving you medication to combat the diagnosis. A lifestyle change is not a prescription when you look at it in medical terms. And so a lot of people deal with weight loss struggles until all the way through they have also a diagnosis. And so they have the diagnosis now, they have medications that they're taking or that they're not trying to take, just because they try to do everything natural. But they also have this insulin resistance that is not being addressed properly. And so, like I said, for me, insulin resistance is a diagnosis. And so when I really started eating 80-20, so 80% low glycemic, Um, Low glycemic foods, low carb, high fiber, high protein, or moderate to high protein, and making sure that I had protein in every single meal. When I did this 80% of the time, the other 20% I could not have stuck to what I was doing, and I'm still losing weight. And so, like I said, I've lost 40 pounds in 4 months. So y'all let me know what struggles y'all are having, because we talk about weight loss a lot, and we talk about how much we need to lose a lot. I feel like that is what most, I guess, weight loss coaches or people who talk about weight, like, that's the main focus, what they do. But I feel like we don't talk about the lack of consistency. We don't talk about having a fear of failure. We don't talk about self-sabotage, about loving this new body that we're trying to come into, and actually deserving this new body and new person that we're trying to come into. We don't talk about how much being an undesirable size in our own eyes has hindered us from different life experiences, has stopped us from being maybe brave and audacious as we want to be. Because when you have been a particular size your majority of your life, and your size has not been seen as desirable in society standards. So we have so many people who lose weight and you'll get the man that you want. Lose weight and people will treat you different. People disrespect you because you're overweight. We constantly get these messages fed to us, and so we can really start to believe that it is because of our weight, I guess, being undesired by the masses is what is being taught, is what is being constantly spoken on us, is why we don't have the desired outcomes that we want in our life. And so with that, it causes us to start being very mean to ourselves during our weight loss journey. And it causes a huge hit to our mindset and a huge hit to our confidence, our self-confidence. Because they have, we're constantly getting the messages that if you are overweight, you are undisciplined. If you are overweight, you are undesired. If you are overweight, you have a lack of self-esteem. If you are overweight, you don't care about yourself. We constantly get these messages told to us, and so it hinders our journey because we want the weight to go yesterday. We don't want to wait any longer. We don't want to be in this I guess level of stereotypes any longer, and so it makes us do things very extreme. How the video that I had posted that has 17, I think this is the one that it's a few of them. So this one has a lot of views. I think it has over 5,000 views. But I was saying 3 mistakes that I made before I actually found something that I lost 40 pounds and 40 pounds doing. So the top 3 mistakes that I made was I cut my calories too low. I started just telling myself that I was eating too much, and that's why I was the size that I am, because I'm eating too much. And so I started to believe don't worry about eating because you are too big in the first place. And so cutting your calories is definitely gonna help your body to lose weight. So like I said, these are the mistakes, these are the damages that we are doing to our body Because like I said, I really didn't realize just how much insulin resistance has a big impact on your weight loss. And so not eating enough calories, not eating enough through the day was causing my blood sugar to drop low. So just how we don't want to have high blood sugar, we also don't want to have low blood sugar. Like, that's just as dangerous. So it caused me to feel dizzy. It caused me to feel fatigued. It caused me to not feel motivated. It caused me to then go and binge or go look for something that was very high in sugar. And so yeah, like, so that was one mistake I made. Another mistake I made was I would exercise way too long, or I would exercise way too often. And so I had two gym memberships. I can remember like being at the gym for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Like, I'm about to lift every single weight. I'm also about to do an hour of cardio, and I'm also going to do this every single day. Like, I've watched videos and they didn't miss a day. They didn't miss not one day. If they did, they only took a Sunday off for a rest day, and they did this every single day. And so these people, because you get into a state of comparison and a mindset of comparison, and so these people are doing this thing every single day because they are disciplined people. I'm not doing this every single day, so I'm not a disciplined person, and that's why I'm still fat. And so, like I said, these are the mistakes and the horrible mindset that we tell ourselves, and then that in return does so much on our body, because it puts your body underneath a lot of stress. When your body is underneath a lot of stress, it holds on to weight. It also starts to have more inflammation, because it's messing with your cortisol levels. It's messing with your insulin. It's messing with how your body functions. I struggle badly with binge eating. Yeah, so usually the binge eating part has to do with our emotional triggers. So it's a few things with binge eating. Being self-aware of what our triggers are. We have to do that. Like, we have to do that. Also, another thing that makes a person binge is you have told yourself, I wanted to lose this weight by tomorrow. And so now you start to do things very extreme, whether it's cutting your calories too low, whether it's having a very restrictive diet. So now you're going keto, or you're going something that's cutting out a whole food group. Or you're working out too much. Like, that's another thing. When you work out, your body is using the energy, and so since it's using the energy, it wants you to have more food to replace that energy, which is usually glucose, which is usually why when we binge, it's stuff heavy carbs, it's heavy sugars, it's pops, which is usually why when we binge, it's stuff heavy carbs, it's heavy sugars, it's pasta. It's just all the stuff that we just told ourselves that we wasn't going to eat. So I really focus on us stopping, working on to stop the binge as much as possible. And so I did have a challenge going on, and it's the Tame the Beast challenge. Now the only way you can get this 4-week challenge is if you sign up for a free call with me. And this is a call. It's about a 30-minute call, 35-minute call, and we talk about our different struggles, and like really get clarity on what they are, and then clarity on what our goals are. And so, very laid back call. The link is in my description, in my bio, so you can click it and schedule a call with me. We focus on all of that stuff. Also with binge eating, and like I said, when I go back to triggers. And so you have to kind of be aware of what's going on around you. If you staying with somebody, if you staying with people, for instance, maybe you in between homes, whatever the case is, you're trying to get your own place, and so now the place that you're staying at is very dysfunctional. Like, it's just, you don't have a piece of quiet, and you know that you don't have a piece of quiet is because you are in a financial bond in the moment, and so you need to do this. That's playing an emotional thing, and so we go right to our comfort. What is our comfort? Like, our comfort is food. So around me is stuff that's disrupting my peace. It's making me feel uncomfortable. And so now, in order to feel comfortable, I need to go to the foods that make me feel comfortable. And so a trigger can also be a conversation that you're having with someone. If you are in a conversation with someone, every time you talk to this person, you get off the phone and you binge. If there's a conversation you're having with this person or people, like, if you can see, like, every time you're at the stage of having this kind of conversation with anybody, you start to binge. That thing is very uncomfortable, and so now you're going to comfort. So I would say, when it comes to the triggers, you have to be aware of what's uncomfortable to you. That's a big key when it comes to binge. So what's uncomfortable to you? And then also, if everything is comfortable, if nothing's happening, but you're still binging, and you're like, I'm comfortable, you also need to see what food is for you. Is food a prize? Is food a treat? Is food is food looked at as celebration to you? Is food looked at as your common state? And so I remember I used to binge every single night. Like, it wasn't a time where I did not binge. I used to binge eat every single night. And it had got so bad where I was like, okay, I'm going to seek therapy for this, because this is a issue for me. Because I can't, definitely my common state, that's my issue. Yes, you see, so now at least, so you aware of the problem. You aware of the problem, and now it's like having to see, how can I not do this, even though I know that this state is still here. Like, this problem or whatever I'm going through is still right here at the moment, and it's on my mind. So, but how do I navigate around it? And so, like I was saying, like, even in my challenge, it was a section, it's called Feed the Beast. And so Feed the Beast is the days where I will give people permission to eat guilt-free of what you want. Your carbs, your sugar, whatever you want, eat it guilt-free. Because what we usually do is, like, beat ourselves up from those binge sessions. So now in the binge session, you feel horrible. You don't feel good. Like, you feel like, this is why, you know, I'm the weight I am. This is why now I feel horrible. This is why now my stomach blows. This is why now, like, my health is not where it needs to be, because all of the negative stuff that you have told yourself about a person who does this, because I'm undisciplined, because I can't stick with anything, because I have, you know, I'm in this state, this situation, I'm dealing with this. So it causes you to say, well, I'm not gonna eat tomorrow. I'm about to go on a 24-hour cleanse. Let me look up on YouTube on all of these detoxes that people are doing. Let me see what the next 24 or 48-hour detox to do, whether it's lemon water, apple cider vinegar shots, celery juice cleanse. Let me see what I can find out to cleanse my body from this, because I just binged. So it constantly puts us in a bad state. Me and then back to binging. Yes, Virginia, you said me and then back to binging. It constantly puts us in a loop. It constantly puts us in a loop, right? And so then you're back to binging. Like, I'm about to do this cleanse. Okay, I didn't do the cleanse. Now I'm about to go back. Like, your brain is like, this is not our routine. So when I had went to my therapy session, going through it, I found out that my routine, I had added in binging in my routine. And the reason why binging was in my routine is because binging was seen as the only pleasurable thing that I had for myself. It was so I'll even be even more clear on what I'm talking about. And so after my day, after everything had been done for my day, after, I'm a mom of 4, after I've done all the household stuff and just all the responsibilities is on my weight, on my shoulders, all the bills then got paid, kids is showered, teeth brushed, and laid down in bed and sleep. The house is completely quiet. As soon as the house was completely quiet, my routine was now to go and binge. I made binging a part of my routine because that was the only time that I felt like this is what I did at the end of the day that was just for me, and it was my job well done. This was the time that I did not have anything weighing on me. My kids were asleep, so I didn't have any demands of somebody saying, mommy this, mommy that, this person hit me, this person took the remote from me, can you give me some more of this? Can I have some more of this? Can you buy me this? Like, no responsibilities. The bills is paid. So I'm not thinking like, oh my God, this thing is saying you gotta pay this bill. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. The house is clean. So now I'm not thinking like, oh crap, I still gotta put that load of laundry in there, like to-do list. Even the stuff that's on the to-do list is tomorrow's problems. So everything might not be done tonight, but this is my shut off for the day. And so if I ain't got it done by this time, it ain't gonna get done till tomorrow. So my reward of completion was a binge eating session. It was a binge eating session. That was my sign that everything was complete. The house is quiet. I'm not going to get interrupted while I'm eating. I'm not going to get asked, can I have some of this? Like, I'm not going to get interrupted in any kind of way. This is the time just for me. This is the only thing that I have to myself is a binge eating session. I have to share every single thing in my life all day long. Time, energy, money, everything. This is a time where everybody is asleep. No family is calling my phone asking for advice. Nobody is wanting nothing from me. And so I had my sessions. And so it was working through that process and that therapy session, though that time in my life was probably about like 2 years ago, 2.5, almost 3 years ago. And it was just a lot going on, making a choice to be a single mom. My son was going through very bad health issues, and he was like 4 at the time. It was just so much heaviness on me at that moment, at that time. So the carefree thing I did to just be like, let me just chill out. Like, some people, they smoke them some cannabis, they do some Mary Jane, or they have a glass of wine. I'm on live, baby girl. I don't drink or smoke. So with that, my thing was eating. And like I said, so that was about 3 years ago. And within those 3 years, I had to learn different things that gave me a sense of completion. That it wasn't the binge eating session no more. And so that took time. That took a lot of time. Now, even this year, I'm learning triggers. So maybe I don't binge eat, but I go off of my normal lifestyle change of eating. And I'm eating more than really what I'm used to eating on a regular basis. So now I have to monitor what is triggering me. Who is triggering me? Because if this person is triggering me, then this conversation is about to be very limited. Like, this conversation is not going to be something that I have every day. And then I'm aware that now when I get off the phone with this person, that I'm probably going to binge eat. And so just becoming self-aware is the first step. I'm not saying that all the problems automatically go away and you will never binge eat again. Usually it's something that you will have to deal with for the majority of your life, but you will learn how to manage it. And I'm saying that now as a person who has not managed it 100%, but I've managed it a lot better. And so who knows, in the next 1 to 2 years, I might say that this is something that you'll be able to manage and stop doing 100% completely. But I haven't got those tools yet. But I definitely don't do it every day. I definitely don't do it once a week. I definitely, like, it's not something that I do often now, but it was something that I did every single day for years. And so if it wasn't tied down, like, it was getting ate. When I say binge eating, I mean, if it was a sock it to me cake in there, I don't care if it was the whole cake, not just a slice, the whole cake is gone. If it was some ham that was left over from Thanksgiving, I don't care if it was a big old chunk that we could have leftovers for the next week for the whole family. I'm about to eat that whole thing that night. I'm about to eat the whole cake. I'm about to eat the whole ham. I'm about to, that ice cream was good. Oh, let me try to warm it up right now. Let me pour some chocolate on there. I'm about to get creative that night. I might spend an hour to an hour and a half literally eating. So when I say binge eating sessions, that picture that I posted, and it says before, it has before on there, and it's my face. My face, a lot of hyperpigmentation, did not look like me at all. Like, I don't look like that same person. A lot of hyperpigmentation. The circles around my eyes were so dark. My neck was darker. Just my whole body was darker. My skin was just very dry. I looked how I felt. Like, I couldn't really hide it anymore. I couldn't hide the effects of what I was doing to my body any longer. And so, did you get yourself done, grubby girl? I don't lie. Did you get yourself taken care of? Okay. And so, it's definitely something that can eventually be tamed. Because it's something that has to be tamed. It has to be cut at that root. The third thing that was on that video that I did with the top 3 mistakes was consistency. I lacked consistency. In 10 minutes. Tell them 10 minutes. I lack consistency. And so what consistency means to me is something that you do 80% of the time. And 20% of the time, you live your best life. And so 20% of the time, you binge eat. 20% of the time, you had too many slices of cake that you shouldn't have ate. 20% of the time, you go out to a restaurant and get pasta that you probably shouldn't have ate. And you allow yourself to do that without the stress. And you get right back on the journey and you keep going that 80% of the time. And if you do that, you're going to still see results. So having my different calls that I've been having, like I said, they 100% free. The link is in the bio. You guys can schedule a free call with me. But having those calls, one of the main things that a lot of people are experiencing, that I experience as well, is the lack of consistency. And why people are having a lack of consistency is because the results are not coming fast enough. Because the scale is not moving down fast enough. When you look in the mirror or when you take a picture, your body is not recomping or changing fast enough. Just the changes that you want to be made are not happening fast enough. People are not noticing your weight loss or your changes in your health fast enough. Even if it's, you know, you having like high blood sugar on medication, like you getting off of that and health improvement is not happening fast enough, and so you stop because your consistency is focused on the goal. You have put into your mind where you have seen consistency as the goal. You have seen consistency as you hitting your goal. Let me reword that. You have seen consistency as you hitting your goal. You do not see consistency as the process. And you do not see consistency as taking every single day or once a week or once a month and say, by the end of this month, I know that 80% of the time I did what I was supposed to do. And 20% of the time I didn't. But that's still consistency, because those 20% of the time is actually needed in your journey. Usually, like even when we come back to binge eating, why people binge eat is because 95% of the time or 99% of the time they have told themselves that they cannot have this ever again. It is strictly forbidden, and you have gained a bad relationship with food. And so now when it's time for that 1 to 5%, it's a binge eating session. It's, I can't go without this. I need this. Like, I'm not about to go without this for the rest of my life, because you have told yourself you can never do this again. You have told yourself you can never have this thing again. And so now when it's in front of your face, you don't know how to stop yourself, because it's seen as like the forbidden fruit, you know. So that's how they say, like, a person you can't have is more like desirable than the person that you actually get with. The person that's like, I can't even touch this person. Sometimes it's seen as you being more intrigued than a person that you can be around on a daily basis. And it's like, usually that person is the person that you don't even need to be intrigued by. It's like the same thing. It's a person that you don't need to have around you 100% of the time. It's a person that you just need to have around you about that 1%. You don't need that. You don't need that toxicity. You don't need that toxicity all the time. You need that toxicity 1 to 5%. Or let's say you need it 20% of the time. The other 80% of the time, you on another path. Set on 5 minutes. So yeah, I've been going off rambling in my mouth. So is that making sense to y'all? Did that make any kind of sense to y'all? What I just said? Did any of that resonate? If it resonated or y'all can relate to it in any kind of way, tap the hearts. Yes, it is. Okay, Virginia. Yes, tap the hearts. So it resonates. So yeah, because so those are the top 3 things that I constantly did wrong, like, and mistakes. And thank you so much for the hearts. Consistency. Give yourself time. Give your body. I want to reassure you this. Your body is amazing. It is an amazing creation. Doesn't matter if you look in the mirror and you don't like the way it looks. The insides of how your body works is awesome. It is amazing. And so with that, if you give it enough time to do what it needs to do, it's going to do it. So I would tell you, the longer that you keep on doing something, you will get confident in it, and you will be more consistent in it. It's all basically like a circle. It's all basically a circle. Confidence, consistency, and I have to think of another C. And we might have to start talking on them C's. So consistency, confidence. Y'all help me come up with another C. Probably confirmation. The confirmation to know that it's going to work. The confidence to be able to do it. Even though you may at the beginning think that it's going to fail. And having a consistency because you know that if you keep on going, you're going to get a result. There's not one thing that you keep on doing where the outcome don't happen. If you keep on doing something, whether good or bad, the outcome is going to happen. Whether you keep on doing something good or bad, the outcome is going to happen. The outcome is going to happen. That's just the way life works. Completion. I like that. Completion. So we gotta have a consistency and we gotta have a confidence. Because on my calls right now is the confidence. It's the confidence. And so confidence is knowing, like, when people think of confidence, it's like, okay, I know something's gonna work. And I'm not saying confidence, because some people get confidence and self-esteem or esteem, like, think they're the same thing. It's not. It's not. Confidence, self-confidence, confidence in knowing that, how I say, if you keep doing something, it's gonna work. That's confidence. How you have the fear of failure, or you still have the fear of what if I drop off, but you still do it anyway. That's confidence. Consistency is just doing the thing. It's just saying, no matter what, I'm gonna do it. And then completion, like Virginia said, completion, having what is your goal? What does it look like for you to say, I hit my goal? And I really, like, tonight, whoever is watching this and whoever watching the replay when I put it on YouTube, if you could give yourself a physical goal and an internal goal. And then I also want you to give yourself I don't know what kind of goal this is called. So I want you to give yourself a physical goal. My body looks like this. I look like this. I weigh this. I lose 20 pounds. Like all the number-based goals and the looks goals, the superficial goals. Once you do the superficial goals, those are important, baby. We want that stomach snatch. We're not going to be here at too deep. Like, we don't want to see our stomach snatch. We want that, honey. We want to be body recomped. Yes, we want that. So we got to have that goal. Because I mean, I'm sorry, but I don't want to be a healthy overweight person, because the doctors will tell you everything is, oh, you're normal, oh, your blood work came back normal, but it's like something can't be normal because I'm sitting up here almost 300 pounds, so something's not normal. So I don't want to be that. So I need to have a personal physical goal that I want, and that physical goal, I want you to break it down in quarters. And so so quarters, meaning every, 4 months. So I want you to give yourself a physical goal to the end of the year. So by the end of the year, I want to have this physical about me, like this physical goal. Internal goal, I want that to be when it comes to your blood work. When it comes to, if it has to involve like your A1C levels, if it becomes like confidence, whatever internal with you. I want you to have that kind of goal. By the end of this year, by December 31st, 2024, I want to see this level go down. I want my energy level to be higher. I want like all of this stuff that has to do with internal. I want to not be fatigued. I want you to have those things, because those things are a measurement too that we sometimes forget and we don't measure, but they're important. Like, how do you feel on the inside is important. And then I also want you to have I can't think of this term, but because I can't think of a word, I'm just going to say an identity goal. I want you to have an identity goal. So we have our physical goal, we have our internal goal, and then I want you to have your identity goal. And when I say identity goal, I want you to write a list of everything that you are holding yourself back from because of the way you feel and the way you look, the way you feel about yourself. So all your internal goal, like all of your internal things that you need, that you feel like you want to be different, like you want to, like everything that's going on with you internally. We got our internal goals. So the identity goals, I want you to write down everything that you are not doing in your life, whether it be your business, when it comes to your family, whether it be how you mother, whether it be how you if you're a wife, relationship goal, like your relationships, your life, your business. I want you to write down everything that your weight and how you feel from your internal goals, what's holding you back. So everything you're being held back from because of your physical and because of your internal. And so, like for instance, I had not wore a swimsuit maybe, let's see, so I would say in the past 15 years. One of my goals was to wear a swimsuit and be comfortable in that swimsuit, no matter if I had got to my physical goal or not. I wanted to be in a swimsuit because it was holding me back from just when everybody is having fun at the pool and all of that stuff. Like I'm fully dressed because I'm ashamed of how I look. It was holding me back from being more outgoing. It's in the past 15 years, it was so many family functions that I missed out on, and so many things that I did not do because I didn't want people to see me at the way that I was and be like, oh my God, that's Chrissy, like she done gained some weight. Like, cause I thought that because I was so focused on it that everybody else would be so focused on it. This was 15 years, y'all, I would say. This has been a long, long time. At least I would say, maybe not the whole 15 years when it comes to that, but I would say probably about a good 5 to 8 years, 5 to 10 years that I declined to go somewhere because of how I looked. And so now when I see all the family photos, I would send my kids and they would go. But when I see all the family photos and all, you know, the old memories that my family has together, I'm not in any of the pictures because I wasn't there. So write that list on the things that you are not doing because of your health right now, because of how you look, how you see yourself. Because I feel like that's important. So even though I'm not at the size that I want to be, thank you so much for the likes, that I'm not at the size that I want to be, that I'm still in this journey. I went to California, like I got on a freaking plane, y'all. This is my first time ever traveling out of my state. I've never been nowhere, but this year, like I traveled a lot, and I went so many places this year. And like one of my big places I went was California, and I got to go down there, got to go out there and visit my dad and be on the beach. That was my first time seeing the ocean, like all of this stuff. And it's like, it's so much beauty in the world, and I literally been stuck in my room, like binge eating and just stuck in my house, not wanting to go out, you know, just not feeling confident to go out, to not be walking, because I don't want people to be like, oh my God, look at that big girl walking. Like just really self-consumed with thinking that everybody is looking at me And really ain't nobody looking at you. Nobody, I don't think nobody was looking at me as hard as I thought that people were like really looking at my weight. But I feel like that I didn't want to, even though I have struggled with weight my whole life, I still felt a disconnect, and I didn't want to be known as the big girl. And so even though my family loved me, they gonna accept me, I was upset that my family would accept me as the big girl of the family. Like, I was upset that that was who I was. Like, that was what people was going to expect when I walked through the door. Like, I was upset with myself that I have been in a state of being overweight so long that now people have expected me to come through the door as the almost 300-pound mother. So it's a lot. Excuse me. So now those things, why these things are important, why the physical, the eternal, the identity goals, like why all of those things are important is because those things keep you moving even when the scale don't. Those things are giving you the courage. They're helping you stay consistent. They're giving you that internal motivation instead of having to call somebody and having somebody to lean on to motivate you. They're giving you all of that even when the scale doesn't move. Even when you look at yourself in the mirror and it doesn't look like your body has changed. Even though that your body probably has changed, but you probably can't see it. Like me, I really can't see my weight. Like, I can't see my weight. Until I post something and y'all be like, oh man, like you really did lose weight. So I'm around family, like, and they be like, hey, you getting so small, like you lost a lot of weight. But in the mirror, I still see the almost 300-pound woman. I don't see my weight. But it's so wild to me because when I was almost a 300-pound woman, I seen the weight that I am now. I seen a smaller size. So when I did have family say, you getting big, like it's really time for you to lose the weight, I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Because for one, I didn't, like, once I got up to a size 16, I stopped and I knew that the 16s wouldn't fit no more. So I was probably like close to 18, 20. Everything was spandex. Everything was stretch pants. I'm not buying no 18 or 20. No. I'm comfortable with the biggest I can get is 16. Like, that's my comfortable limit. That's what I've seen off and on my whole entire life. So I'm not going past that. So I don't really know what size that I was in. I know I end up buying, I had one 3X shirt. And it was comfortable. All my 2X's was very giving much crop top. Giving much small. Giving much slim fit. So I don't think I was that size. I don't think I was that size no more. But I just refused to buy a bigger size. So we all got that thing. You might be at a size like, or I'm a 3X or I'm a 4X, and I refuse to start looking for 5Xs. I'm a 18, I'm a 20, I'm a 22. I refuse to start buying 26. 26. I refuse. So we all got that number. I feel like that we just refuse to do, and we just start buying stretchy material. Spandex me, please. Let me look at this. Let me look at this label of these clothes. See what this is made out of. Okay, got 10% spandex. Okay, it's in the cart. It got 15% spandex. It got 5%. Okay, it's in the. It gotta say spandex up there, or it ain't getting in the cart. So when I look through reviews and it say exact size, don't have no stretch, like get your real size. Oh, that item's not for me. That item is not for me. If it don't have stretch in it, maybe it's not for me. So yeah, it's baby girl's turn. So yeah, y'all, I just wanted to come on here. I'm about to get off of here. Continue with the Saturday mother duties, but I wanted to just check in with y'all. I hope y'all got some kind of took away something from this live, because I didn't want to come on here and do just the tips. I do that on my TikTok and all of my short videos constantly, but it's not just the what I eat, it's the what I had to change internally. Because I've had comments that say, I've done exactly everything that you've done, but I'm not losing no weight. And I feel like it really has to do with that internal acceptance and that stress that we let off of ourselves, y'all. That stress that we put on ourselves, it hinders every single thing that we're trying to do. And so thank y'all so much for tuning in. Until next time, I love y'all. If y'all have not booked a call with me, definitely book a call. They are called Insulin Insight Calls. So we just get some real some real insight on everything. They 100% free. I got a certain number that I'm doing those. Yes, I look forward to talking to you. I think I still got spots in October. So yes, I definitely look forward to talking to you. And so we really talk through things, like I said, the struggles, some real goals, and really how you see some internal stuff. So I do some really deep dive questions. It's guided, so you don't have to think on the spot, but I hope that when you get off the call, you I never thought about that before, or wow, yeah, this okay, so I can see what I really need to work on. So yeah, I've been talking to some amazing ladies, so I definitely can't wait to speak with you also. You guys are so amazing. Y'all have all the stuff. Y'all have all the juice. It's crazy. So I'm really just trying to help y'all see in y'allselves what I see in y'all, because y'all are some amazing women and y'all have all the stuff. And just the fact that you booking the call means that you are doing what 99% of people don't do. 99% of people ain't fad dieting and losing the same pounds over and trying to and then gaining them back. Most people are not trying to figure out a solution. Most people have accepted that this is who they are, this is what they look like, and even though they unhealthy and unhappy with it, they're gonna just deal with it. And so the fact that somebody even book a call, the fact that somebody even follow my page, the fact that somebody even comes on here, comments, likes, shares, does anything, it lets me know that this person is really serious about their health journey. So until next time, y'all, I really love y'all. Y'all have a good night. Bye.